Hey guys, this is Town and welcome back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. In today's video, what with the announcement that the worldwide download celebration is going to be the cooler film themed this year, I thought we'd have a look at what units could potentially be EZAing. As Dokkan's kind of gotten older and older, EZAs have made like such a bigger mark in the game. You look at what the anniversary we've just had on Global and a couple months ago on JP, where it was like 6 or 7 decent units all got EZAs and are all very much relevant again now. So yeah, essentially what I'll do today is we'll have a look at what happened in the last worldwide download celebration, see who got their EZAs then, and then have a look and see what units could potentially be up for grabs this year as well. So yeah, again, initially we'll take a look at last year. So the first unit that was on the EZA list was part 1, and that was this Tech Transforming Frieza. As you can see, 28th of August he got his EZA. It became a lot more runnable. I have still used the Tech Transforming Frieza in a number of difficult events, alongside this AGL Goku, who, if you've seen my Broly video, I brought this guy into the Red Zone Broly event, and he clutched it for me. Like, he was pretty massive for me. Really helpful there, and his EZA came in part 2 of the celebration. So as you can see there, he came out on the 9th of September there. So he was in part 2. And then finally there was one more unit that EZA'd, and can you remember who it was? That's right, it was Physical Bardock. He came in part 3 with his EZA on the 23rd of September. Now, unless I've missed anything else, they should have been the only 3 summonable units at the very least that did get their EZAs as part of the last worldwide celebration. So we've gone and had a look at what's been, and now we'll have a look at what could be. Even if you follow like that path and you say there's going to be 1 EZA per part, maybe 2 Dokkan Fests and an LR. Yeah, we'll go and have a look at a range of units that can get the EZA or potentially could still get it. So, first one on the list, Tech Transforming Cooler. So, this cooler, he's been out since, at least on Global, since August 2017. You can see even on JP, he's been out since March. 5 years this guy's been out, and considering it's a cooler-themed celebration, we've already seen Physical Cooler have his EZA as well. Tech Cooler has to be like the next up on the list. You can see that he's got solid link skills, so he'll link with pretty much any other cooler units. I'll say that. He'll link with other Wicked Bloodline units. He'll link really well with like the STR Cooler as well. It depends what cooler we get in this celebration. Are we going to get a final form that, are we going to get like the Frieza final form that goes into the cooler final form kind of thing? Yeah, it's all about which cooler we're going to get. But yeah, this cooler's been out for 5 years. Definitely due an EZA. Not usable in the slightest at the moment. Like attack plus 90% at the start of turn. Nah. He definitely needs his EZA. And he has to be first on the list to be able to get it. Next up on the list, it's everyone's favorite Dokkan Fest from 2019/2020. This guy was an absolute behemoth of a unit when he came out. Now, normally, if Dokkan followed, like, date orders, like, this guy wouldn't be on the list. But the fact that we didn't expect Tech Goku and Frieza to go and get their EZAs. That came out crazily ahead of time for a unit that they weren't great, but they were still usable in situations. This cooler, his main weakness is his defense. So, especially in today's content, he just doesn't hold up. The fact that he guaranteed crits when he transforms against Pure Saiyans and Hybrid Saiyans, and he supports in his pre-transformed version as well. Like, really good unit, amazing leader skill as well. He's coming up to what, 2.5 years old, so he has aged. I would personally love to see this unit get his EZA. The only reason he might not is because of the date. Like, you compare the date of him to this cooler, 2017 compared to 2019, 2020. So that'd be maybe the only reason I don't see STR Cooler going and getting his EZA. If they do give it to him, They just need to throw defense at him, maybe a little bit of damage reduction, something to build up to. Because I think, especially when you transform him, my Rainbow Link level 10 cooler sitting maybe about 200, 220k defense, but he's got nothing to kind of boost his defense. Like, there's nothing. He stacks attack. That's really good. But 200k defense, 220k defense is not enough to cut it in the hardest content these days. And that is why I think he is in the running to get an EZA during this upcoming celebration. Now, the next unit I think is probably highly unlikely. Essentially just went through the list of coolers. But yeah, this cooler was a World Tournament reward, at least on Global back in 2019. On JP came out in 2018. The reason I don't think they'll EZA this unit is because it is a World Tournament unit. So if anything, if they're going to EZA this, it might be part of the wider World Tournament spectrum, rewards and that kind of thing. But never say never. We just don't know. Let's say this guy is older than the STR cooler, but not as old as the tech one. Again, pretty unusable at the moment. AGL type, attack and defense plus 40%, high chance to launch. So yeah, not amazing. I'm saying that, well, he came up as a World Tournament reward, but with that, he's making me think he's a blue coin summonable unit. But yeah, either way, cooler which isn't usable. Like, literally any cooler is on the table here for an EZA that hasn't already had one. Why not? Now, on to some of the onto some of the super units. Another unit which may or may not, and again, the only reason may not is because this was the banner unit for STR cooler. So again, it came out 2019, 2020. I can't remember the last time I used this guy. I can't see them bringing out like any individuals of these characters. Maybe as like a free-to-play unit, they might bring out like a Thousa. I can't remember the name of the other guys. I keep thinking the green guy is like Dekuri or something like that. But Thousa's the only one I ever remember because of Team 4-Star's epic French portrayal of him. But yeah, these guys, attack and defense plus 30 per terrifying Conqueror's ally on the team. Launches 2 additional attacks that have a chance of becoming a super when there's a cooler on the team. Like, even if you have a whole team of terrifying Conquerors, they're not getting much defense. Maybe 150 to 180% overall. But for stats that just really don't cut it in the game these days, and they're not giving themselves anything on super attack, they just need a lot of help, and they're I don't want to say completely unusable, but pretty unusable. Like, you're not taking these guys into any sort of difficult content. Maybe, like, at a far stretch, you might take them into an SBR because they can lower attack. But that is if you have no better units to bring with you. Like, bottom of the barrel unit here. And they fit in with the cooler celebration as well. So why not? Moving into the super units then. So the first one I think might be a bit of a left wing pick, but that is Gohan and Icarus. So these guys came out again 2019, 2020. These are from the cooler movie because you can see that they are a movie heroes unit. So this is from the bit where Gohan's got to go get Senzu beans and he rides Icarus. So a bit similar to the support memory animation that we have. I can't see another celebration in which this unit would go and get its EZA. So that's why they're kind of on this list. It would be very fitting with this celebration, albeit it's not going to be as hype as like a Super Saiyan Goku EZA or a Final Form Cooler EZA. But yeah, I did want to include these guys on the list because I think they're in with a shot. I can't see them getting used too much at the moment. But plus where they're giving themselves so many different boosts throughout their passive, they could be a little bit nasty, but to be seen. Next up, so I saw that this was a unit that Truth mentioned in one of his videos that he thought could get an EZA, especially from last year's Worldwide, where it literally was Namek, Goku, and Frieza themed. Everyone was like, "Oh yeah, STR Namek Goku, he's 100% getting his EZA." Just didn't happen for us. Again, kind of a 2019 unit, so over 3 years old now, especially on JP. I'm not going to say this unit is unusable. He just takes a lot to get built up. So, like, to get to his stacking, you need to... So, what's the transformation condition again? When HP is 70% or less starting from the 3rd term. So, you need to hit that condition and then transform him here to start stacking defense. And because his stats aren't like his defense isn't crazy, it does take a while to actually get building up with him. He's not giving himself massive defense as part of his passive as well. So I personally would like to see Namek Goku get his EZA. If we all thought he was going to get it last year, surely he has to get it this year. The only maybe issue is it's not a movie Goku. Especially where it's Goku and Cooler themed, I'm assuming here. Super Saiyan Gokus, they're not really any from the Cooler movie that could go and get their EZA, so maybe a Goku from a Frieza fight. This is the main one that comes to mind here, guys. So this would be likely to get an EZA, but I don't want to like throw all my money on it just because we have been let down by this unit before. The next unit is kind of in a similar category, and the reason I'm putting this unit on here is because I can't see it getting a themed celebration anytime soon, and that is Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So, if you look at the original three, so we had a Frieza, so we had 2 Dokkan Fests, and then an LR. So we can be assured that we're going to get a summonable LR EZA at some point in celebration. If we look here at Super Saiyan 3 Goku, he's been out since 2017, 2018, and where he's from quite a niche movie, from the Tapion movie, I can't see that getting a celebration anytime soon, especially where we had Tapion and Minosha drop in the last year or so. Are they going to go back and make another Tapion unit? Would they go and do a Tapion movie Dokkan Fest? Would they do a Super Saiyan 3 Goku from that movie? I'm not going to say it's unrealistic, because Super Saiyan 3 Goku does need more representation in the game, but this guy's been out for so long, and the fact he is a movie hero Goku, and at least if you go from the last Worldwide, the LR that EZA'd didn't come out until Part 3, so well into the celebration. At the moment, we know that Cooler is going to be Part 1. That it's going to be the main Dokkan Fest. We don't know what Part 2 is going to be. We could probably assume quite safely it's going to be Metal Cooler movie, but we just don't know that. And in terms of movie hero Gokus, this is probably the guy that's casting the biggest shadow across the category in terms of unit that has been waiting the longest for his awakening. One of the first batch of LRs. He definitely has to be on the list. Like, he doesn't even have horrendous stats at the moment. Like, you look at his defense and attack, like, it's massive numbers. If you put this guy on rotation at the moment, like, he does have over 100k defense, which is surprising for a unit of that kind of tenure. But again, like the others, just in this day and age of red zone and difficult content, like, you wouldn't even bring this guy into maybe just the legendary Goku event, let alone the GT Goku or Vegeta event or any red zone stages or SBRs or anything like that. So he badly needs it, and without me honestly seeing a purpose-built celebration for him on the horizon, I can't see why he wouldn't get an EZA as part of this celebration. Again, it depends on what route they go down with the Part 2 there. And that leads us on to the last 2 units. Now, for these guys, I want to say I'm 70-80% sure. I think they'll get their EZAs, but that is Gohan and Cell. So these are the worldwide download celebration units from just after the 4th anniversary. So if you look at the 7th anniversary, we've just had EZAs for the 3 years and the 4 year Super Saiyan 4 units. So it stands to reason that if they're EZAing the Super Saiyan 4 units from the 4-year anniversary, that the units from the worldwide celebration that came out 2 months later also have to be on the cards as well. The thing is, if we're going by last year's celebration, there was only one summonable LR that got their EZA, but the 3 years, which were the Transforming Goku and the Transforming Frieza, did get their EZAs. I don't think it's beyond the terms of reason to be able to see these guys getting their EZA. So again, they came out the 29th of August, each of these. I'd say the Gohan's still quite usable. He stacks defense. He does have decent stats, so he does stack that defense fairly quickly. Maybe, I think red zone's maybe too much of a push for him, because he doesn't stack quick enough for that. It depends what event you're going into, what the enemy is, what typing the enemy is. But if they do EZA him, I'm fine with the stacking defense. Maybe raise attacking defense on 18 key, something like that. He'll get a natural boost to this. But what I think I'd like to see maybe is this change, the transformation condition. Maybe get rid of the whole Android 16 bit. Make it easier to kick off that transformation, because like I've been using this guy for maybe 3 years now, and I could probably count on one hand how many times I've actually managed to get that transformation off. That's one thing I'd like to see with him. Amazing leader skill, Kamehameha, very relevant category. It probably could do with a better leader as well. So, what you got the Goten and Trunks Dokkan Fest, who are a bit wonky on the category, and then you've got maybe I think it's the STR Goku and Gohan, who they give 30% to Kamehameha. So I wouldn't mind seeing that Kamehameha like pure leader skill just go up to 180 across the board. I could see them doing that, or even 170 across the board. But yeah, that Gohan would be incredibly useful as an EZA, and I think it was even as recent as like a year ago, he was on the list of most used units. I don't think it would take much for him to return to the top of that leaderboard. And then we go on to the last unit on the list at the very least. So that's Incel, again, dropped as part of the worldwide download celebration after the 4-year. So becoming up to, what, 3 years old now? And yeah, you can see it, 29th of August 2019. So, I mean, this category could maybe use a better leader skill as well. Maybe, again, bump it up to... Would it be key plus 4 and 180 to everything? Or would they just bump the attack up to 170? Again, the cell maybe not as used as the accompanying Gohan. The main thing, I think, evolve when HP is 30% or less. It might not sound like a big change, but if this unit EZAs and that turns into 40% or less, that makes this guy so much more credible. Like, 10% doesn't seem like much HP at all, but in-game, it makes such a difference as to when you can get that transformation off. The fact is, it isn't turn restricted either. So, especially Super Battle Road, you're looking at that kind of thing. The first battle, you end up having 35% health, and you go straight into the next battle with this cell on rotation. Boom, straight away, you've got that heal. And the transformation, like 100%, would like to see him. And quite similarly to the Gohan, like, he doesn't need too much for the passive here. I would like to see him giving himself defense on his super attacks, on his 12 and 18 keys. But yeah, I think there's a realistic chance that we could be seeing an EZA for these guys. I'd like to see the transformation conditions get changed, maybe more tweaked for the cell with that extra 10%. But for this Gohan, the Android 16 kind of kills it a little bit. I rarely use this guy, so greatly raises attack and defense. So it's already got pretty good super attack effects from this Gohan. If you bust that up to what, even you go leave the attack as 20% and then go defense 20% or something mad like that, because these units definitely do deserve it. But yeah, these are the units that are, at least in my opinion, have a chance of EZAing. I'm not going to say all of them will. Realistically, if I had to put my money on who I think is most likely, I'm going to go Tech Cooler. I'm going to go... I think STR Namek Goku has to at this point. And then in the part 3, I could see these guys getting it. That's where my money is at the very least. But let me know in the comments, guys. What do you think? Which units do you think are going to get EZAs, or which units do you think have a chance of EZAing as part of the upcoming worldwide celebration? If I'm completely wrong, tell me I'm completely wrong. I can take the criticism. But if there's someone that you think could be on that list, let me know, guys. Otherwise, it's been Barwood Town. Thank you so much for tuning into the video, and I just hope you all have a great day. If you've enjoyed the content, don't forget to like and sub. Have a great day, guys. Bye.